my daily video vlog. It is April the 3rd, 2015. It is 9:20 p.m. If you are a follower of mine, you'll notice that yesterday I did not have a vlog from myself, although I did post, instead of my daily vlog, I posted a video about Good Friday, because I am a Christian, and if you have watched my videos, you should know that by now. And Friday is a very important date. But what I wanted to talk to you today, and no, I'm not going to do a Rickroll, which was my April Fool's blog, and I had several people leaving me messages that they haven't been Rickrolled in a couple years. And what I find hilarious is that it is in my top 5 of most viewed videos because of the title, Microsoft HoloLens Leaks and Speculation. So, I'm sorry, I don't mean to mislead people. I just think Rickrolls are funny. Anyway, I've got 2 stories here, and I'll make it quick. This is a story that was out, let's see here, it is from TechCrunch. It says GoDaddy pops nearly 31% as it opens for trading, raising $460 million in its IPO. And let's talk about, my secondary story is Windows XP clings at the number 2 spot as Windows 10 gets closer. Let's look at the first story, GoDaddy. What is GoDaddy exactly? Well, I don't use GoDaddy. I won't use GoDaddy because of their commercialing. But I have dealt with GoDaddy as far as other clients, and I will work for them on their behalf. So what do I think about their services? I use Network Solutions. I have used Network Solutions for 18 years, as long as I've been doing domain hosting. When you type in a web address, let's make it youtube.com. What happens to that? How does it get to YouTube? Well, let's follow. So what happens is you type it in, and the request goes out to your internet service provider. In my case, Time Warner. So it goes to their server, and it says, okay, go to the master registry companies. And so it goes out to GoDaddy, or there is basically a pool of registration companies. And like Network Solutions and GoDaddy, there's, I don't know, maybe 20 of them. You take your pick, they all do the same thing. And basically, when you register a domain name, you register it with one of these companies, and they basically broadcast where you're at in the world. So when you type in your name, youtube.com or wherever you want to go, it goes to your internet provider, which then sends the request out to the registrant companies, which is, in this case, GoDaddy. GoDaddy will tell your internet provider where your server is in the world. Now, it could be on the GoDaddy network. It could be in my back office. Just as long as you have a static IP address, it could be anywhere in the world. I happen to have service with Rackspace. Rackspace is a company that has online servers. From Rackspace, I pay $100 a month, and I get 5 terabytes of space. I get a back office that allows me to install basically folders for domains. And this back office gives my clients access to things such as webmail. They can go in and add email accounts and passwords at any time. They can then upload their files to a static server, meaning there is a server that stores their website. So when you type in youtube.com, it goes to your internet provider, which then sends it off to the registrant companies. Where's it at? It's over here at Rackspace or wherever you're storing your server, and then it sits on a folder which has a website. Here it is, and that's all done just like that. So all GoDaddy is basically a massive amount of server storage space, and they have programs that will tell the world where your specific website is if it's on their network. So if it's not on their network, basically knows by having a relationship with all the other registered companies who has the registry of this website, and it goes to the registry, and then which points back to the server. It may sound confusing, but it's not. So they just are basically a big storage company that point to websites. I find their interface a little bit clunky. It's been about 6 months or so since I've been on their back office interface, but that may also have to do with the fact that I know the network solutions back office inside and out. So that's what I'm used to. Basically, if you want to do domain hosting, you can go to GoDaddy if you like. I go to Network Solutions, and GoDaddy will host it for you if you want. I don't know what they charge. You can check them out. GoDaddy.com. They went IPO, which means they went public. They're now a stock traded company. That's initial public offering. And what that basically does is instead of selling their company out to, let's say, another company, like if they were on Shark Tank, they would say, I want to give you, 10% of my company for $460 million. That's what you could do. You could sell your company. So GoDaddy just basically went from private to publicly owned, and so you can own part of GoDaddy, just like you can own part of Microsoft. On to the next story. So the next story, I was really surprised. This is from CNET. And this is April the 2nd, 2015, and it's talking about operating systems. And I wrote down some notes here because it says Windows XP clings to the number 2 spot as Windows 10 gets closer. Now, I have said this many times that Windows 10 is supposed to come out in July. Now, whether it does or not, who knows? I mean, it actually was supposed to come out last September, and then it was delayed, which actually makes me feel better about them, because in the past, when they've rushed the operating system, it has been Windows ME or Windows Bob, or which you don't know about, Windows Bob. Boom. That's Windows Bob. Or Windows 8, which I had no problem with 8. Vista, people didn't like Vista. Anyway, and I can understand Vista. 8, I still don't get why they don't like it. Well, anyway, so this report, and I'm looking at the screen over here, says Windows 7 is 58.04% of the entire computing operating system world, which is incredible to me. I mean, I have Windows 7, and I like it. But Windows XP is 16.94%. That's even more amazing, because it hasn't had Windows updates since April 8th of last year. Which says to me, maybe we're going to have a rush of people wanting to buy computers, because these computers are going to be breaking down. If it has Windows XP, it is 13 years old. I mean, it's old in computer terms. It's ready. I mean, if you have a computer that came originally with XP, at the youngest, it has to be, what, 7 years old at the youngest. And I think 7 years ago, Windows Vista came out. And let me look that up real quick. Okay, so this report, this is actually Wikipedia. I'm reading Windows Vista, and it says that they started selling Windows Vista in November 8th, 2006, and it was on wide release on January 30th, 2007. So let's say 2007. So let's do the numbers. On January 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that means that you could have purchased a Windows XP machine before January 30th in the stores. Now, you could have still bought the operating system after Vista came out. It certainly was popular. People were still selling it. But at the minimum, your computer, if it was brand new in the stores, not upgraded, it's 7 years old. So, you know, if you have a computer that's 7 years old, it probably has a single core processor, which is not very fast. It probably has 512 megabytes of RAM, unless you've upgraded it. So, and the biggest thing is Microsoft hasn't updated that bad boy for for almost a year at this point, they stopped updating it April 8th, 2014. I remember the date. The day before that, we were able to do updates, and after that day, they said, there's no more updates, and the message would come on your screen if you were hooked up to the internet that says, alert, that this operating system is no longer supported by Microsoft as of April 8th. And then also Microsoft Security Essentials no longer was updated on Windows XP. And so we had to remove that off the computer and put Avast free. So, you know, that's what we do. But, and there was a big hubbub about the banks not saying they didn't have enough time, which is just hilarious to think the banks for 4 years knew that Microsoft XP was going to be stop being supported, and at least for a year there was a deadline saying as of April 8th 2014, like back in 2013, Microsoft said this is the last date, April 8th, no more updates. And I remember on April 8th 2014 last year, there was a big article in the paper and on the internet that there was banks that had not upgraded their ATM machines. They still had XP on it because I guess the time snuck up on them. And so these banks were paying Microsoft thousands of dollars to do updates, daily updates. That's thousands of dollars. And if that was one of your banks, I don't know. If you used the ATM machine after April 8th, you know what I mean, it was prone to security flaws because there was no updates. Anyway, the next operating system would be Windows 8.1 at 10.55%, and then Mac OS 10.10, which is 3.96, Windows 8 3.52. I'm going to come back to that. Vista 1.97, which is no surprise to me. Mac OS 10.9, 1.61, and other, which would be 3.41. So this is not mobile devices, so I would imagine that would be Linux of some sort. And that must make Mac real happy that a free operating system is at 3.41% and their total combined market share is 5.5%. Microsoft has 91.02% of the operating system market. Even though Linux is a fine choice and it's free, Microsoft is the big gorilla, and sometimes they show they don't care. But I think they're actually starting to turn around things. I hope so. I hope Windows 10 is great. But let's get back to Windows 8 and 8.1. I have no idea why there is any market share for Windows 8. It says 3.52 when 8.1 is 10.55. It should say Windows 8 10.8.1, you know, 14%. Why? Now listen to me, you people out there. If you have Windows 8, and how can you know if you have 8 or 8.1? Okay, so if you have 8, I want you right now to look at the bottom left-hand corner if you're on the desktop and you've got your browser open. Look at the bottom left-hand corner of your window. If you don't have a little flag there, that means you have Windows 8. Windows 8.1 put a flag there, which is like a start button, which went out to the big start panels. And if you don't like that, you can download a program called Classic Shell that puts the little Windows 7 pop-up menu. Anyway, if you have Windows 8 and you don't have that little start flag at the corner, you need to do your Windows updates, because 8.1 has been, I think, 9 or 10 months, I believe 8.1 has been out. Let me look. Okay, so if you have Windows 8, it was released on October 26, 2012. Well, on August 12th, 2014, they released 8.1, and it is a free update to 8. It has improvements in security and what have you. If you do your Windows updates, you will get 8.1. So if you don't have 8.1, that means your system is not secure. It's not as secure as it could be. That means for what is it, 9 months now? This is the 4th month, 5, 6, 7, 8. for 8 months now, your operating system has been less secure than it could be. Just go and do your Windows updates and you'll be happier. And let's look here, 8.2, and they're not planning to have an 8.2 because Windows 10 is going to be coming out, supposed to be in July. We'll see. I wouldn't hold my breath. Okay, Microsoft. Well, anyway, you know how I feel about Microsoft. Anyway, so those are the two stories. I'll leave links in the descriptions below if you want to read the two stories. One was from CNET and one was from TechCrunch. And I tell you what, if you want to read them, well, you don't need to see pictures. Here's pictures right here of the two stories. If you want to read them, then click on the link and go read them and fill yourself in. But I just want to talk about those two things that are happening right now. Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyway, today is Friday for me, and if you watch this video, you may watch it on Saturday, and that means that Sunday is coming. I'll be having a special video on Sunday for Easter. I won't be having a daily video vlog, I don't think. I will put in place of my daily vlog, I still will have a daily video, but it will be a video about Easter. I'm not one that tries to cram things down at people, but sometimes when things are in your heart, you need to express them and as the best way that you can. So anyway, YouTube, I hope that tomorrow is a great day for you. It's supposed to be sunny and bright here, and hopefully it's sunny and bright where you are. And if it's not, well, maybe you need some rain. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, YouTube. Bye.